Sophia, they need your help.
Hurry up, because it started, Fee.
Video.
Yeah, and it has your name as Sophia.
There we go. Hi, how are you doing, Nat? What's up, Gallows? How are we doing?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
So I don't know how to change the name to Natalie.
It's okay.
Oh, jeez. Why you can hear me in louder? Because
It's okay. I can. I know who it is.
turn it up till we can't hear.
The Crawls, how you guys doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good, good. Nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you too.
I've heard a lot about you, but I haven't had the opportunity to meet you.
You're not on mute.
Matthews, how you guys doing?
You know how to mute myself? If you want.
Yeah, so while we hop in, guys, why does everybody mute themselves for a second? Just that way there's no background noise. And everybody gets the opportunity to hear my voice for a while. Like I always tell the kids, I'm the only voice you guys need to listen to. And it's 6:01, so people might be hopping in, and if they are, we'll stop. I'll make them mute themselves. But we'll get started here. First and foremost, from the bottom of my heart, my wife and I want to thank you guys for sticking with us. It's insane. The past 11 weeks we've been training online in Zoom. I remember when we first started and it was like, what's up guys? It's week 1 of training and week 2 of training. And now it's week 11. And we're still here. We're still together as a community. And obviously, you know, people have dropped off and circumstances have come up, but as a whole, we are still looking. I mean, we have 34 people on this Zoom call, but really there's upwards of 70 or 80 people on the Zoom call right now. And we're a gym, you know, and we're training and we're athletes. And I think that's special. Also to be able to do that in Connecticut, you know what I mean, is special to me. Because when I came out to train, I always said I wanted to bring that kind of Florida, California culture, that kind of like, you know, athletic culture to my gym. And I think we've been able to accomplish that. And also it's just a testament to you guys as student athletes for the fact that you guys are still here willing to put in the time and effort, you know, during COVID and during just online schooling and all this other stuff that you guys have as kids that I would never understand, you know, you guys have gone through now, and the fact that you're still logging in on a Zoom call 3 o'clock or 4:30 on a Monday and sending your food logs every single night at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock. It's a testament to you guys. So I'm proud of you guys, and parents, you guys should be very proud of your children, as I know you are, for the fact that they've taken the responsibility to log into Zoom calls on their own. They've taken the opportunity to fill out their food logs on their own. You know, if I showed you my phone, my entire phone is full of nothing but athletes and lion faces because I've organized you guys. And every single day I get close to 40 or 50 text messages of all the kids, and I'm sitting here responding and texting and taking videos. And again, I say all that because you guys should be very proud of yourselves, and parents should be very proud. And I'm proud to be your guys' coach. And I know 2 years ago when I started the gym, this is what I wanted. This is the mission that I had. And I lead by that, by example, and I live this and I breathe this and I dream about it and I talk about it all the time. And that's what it is to me. It's bigger than just a gym. It's bigger than just training. We are a family. We are all you guys are my little brothers and sisters. I've been an athlete my whole life. My older brother has, my younger brother is, and I try to keep that family-like culture in my gym. And I feel like I hope that you guys can say that I've been able to lead in that, and I haven't fallen short in that, because I truly believe in that. I truly believe in being the best facility in Connecticut, not just training wise, but as a culture and as a family, and what I do for all my athletes and my parents. And I would say on the flip side, I mean, conversations I've had with, you know, Luke and Lily and texts from Dylan and texts from Grace Trotta and talks I've had with Max McLaughlin and RJ and Chris. I mean, man, me and Chris me and Chris have just been on a crazy journey together, and Pat and Caitlin and Matt Wright. I mean, every single one of you guys, you're not just my clients, right? I mean, like you guys are brothers and sisters to me, and I hope I've been a good role model for you guys, where it's gone much deeper than just athletics. And as I transition, you know, it pains me and it's sad for me to say that there has also been people in the gym who have trained under my roof who have sent me racist text messages. It's been proven. I've taken it to the authorities, and I'm not going to name names or anything like that. It's obviously no one here, but some of you guys know who it was, who I'm talking about, right? Because you either go to school with them or you just know about the situation because they were prank calling and prank texting you too. But it pains me to say that there are people that we know that, you know, there's people on this call who are friends with the family, and I'll have conversation with you personally of stuff like that happening under my roof. Sending me, you know, I post on my Instagram and many of you have read it, you know, calling me the N-word and things like that. And you guys know how I roll. I take care of everybody that's in this Zoom call and beyond. And the fact that someone would have the decency to text me something like that because the situation that they're in and the privileges that they have, and how they feel, and they think that they can get away with it with their groups of friends, the fact that they think that's okay is a problem to me. And I never really spoke out about it because I'm not that type of person. You guys know me. I'm the type of person, I keep my head down, I do my work, I do my thing, I come home to my wife, and I believe in what we have going on. I try not to get into all the other stuff. But as of late, I felt like I really had to. So steps are being taken in that direction. But I want to have a conversation with you guys as high schoolers and maybe a couple middle schoolers in here. Because I was there not too long ago. I'm not too old now. Where I have seen you know, racist messages on, you know, my locker or in the bathroom stall or things being said around the school. And not even just talk about the racist types of things, but also the misogynistic types of things that I've seen and I've heard and sadly might have been a part of or been a bystander of as well. And that's a problem too. So I wanted to have the conversation here and open up the dialogue here for all the students in here. If we really want to seek change, if we really want to see things change, it's going to start with you guys as kids first and foremost. Well, I should say the parents, but I'm going to talk to the athletes first. It's going to start with you guys first. Okay. Are you having conversation with your 5 closest friends on the issues right now? Are you asking them questions on how they feel on what's going on? And not just how they feel about all the rioting and looting is crazy. Are you asking them what their perspective is on minorities in our country? What do you think about privilege? Are we privileged right now? Are we not privileged? Are both of our parents together? Am I likely to get a small business loan? Do I have to cling to, you know, my steering wheel when I drive down the street of Stanford, Trumbull, or Fairfield? Because quite frankly, I do. Do I have to constantly be on guard 100% of the time? Because I do. I purposely and consciously make an effort to present myself in a certain way every day I'm in the gym. And when I talk to, you know, Mrs. Keith, and I talk to, you know, Mr. Keith, and I talk to, you know, Mrs. Worsdale, and I talk to Mr. Trotta, I make sure that I purposely present myself a certain type of way. Because sadly enough, I get judged on based on how I look every single day. And the fact that someone in my gym would have the decency to text me racist text messages after being my gym, quite frankly, it pisses me off at this point now. And I'm taking a greater stand against it. But it's going to start with you guys because I was there. I know it's said in the locker room, a football locker room. I know it's said in a baseball locker room. I know it's said in the hallways. I know it's said in the bathroom stall. I know it's said in the dugout. I know because I've been there. I know the conversations that are had. And usually it's chalked up as like a joke or fun and games or kids being kids or they just don't know any better. No, they do know better and things need to be happening because of it. And I challenge you guys as athletes and as kids, if you are not standing up to your friends or your circle of influence and saying something, then quite frankly, you will become part of the problem. And I don't want to see any of us become part of the problem. If I don't sit here and do this Zoom call, I become part of the problem. If that kid says something, you know, calls that girl a B or says that thing about, you know, that thought over there, then you are becoming part of the problem. That's not okay. Quick story. 6-7 weeks ago, you know, my wife is walking around our neighborhood down the street in Wallingford, Connecticut, and she calls me frantic, scared because she feels like someone's following her. And I'm like, come on now. And that's part of the problem. And I'm like, you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? The same car passed her 6 times. So here I am, and I pick up, you know, the closest thing to me to go beat someone with, and I sprint down the street. Come to find out, it's just a guy some old guy throwing newspapers, but she's scared for her life because there's sex trafficking text messages coming through in Hartford and New London and in Connecticut. And the fact that that's even a fear that my wife can't even walk down the street without fear of being sex trafficked, and she has to walk a pepper spray because guys are catcalling her, and she can't go to Home Depot without guys catcalling her. That's a problem, right? Or the problem, I can have a kid in my gym, in my facility out of Orange, Connecticut, text me racist text messages after I train him for 8 months that he thinks that's okay to do with his buddies that go to all the schools that we all go to in Amity and Hamden Hall. That's a problem, right? So you guys need to stick up for that and stand up for that, right? If you aren't saying anything about it, you need to. You got to step up. You have to stand up and you need to say something about it. And, for me and how I was raised, right, I believe, I'm not a parent, okay? I don't have kids, so I don't know the parent role. But as I've had conversations with some of you guys, it does start with the parents first and foremost. Because a kid like that will just get a slap on the wrist and, oh, you shouldn't have done that. You're a kid. That's got to stop as well. Consequences and disciplines need to be had so people can grow up realizing that these things aren't okay, right? And we are all on the same page here. I know that. But is your friend, is your friend's friend, is your boss, is your coworker, right? Is your aunt, is your uncle, is your grandmother? We're 3 generations removed from segregation. It's not that far. Is your grandmother, are my friends, right? I've had numerous conversations with my friends in the past 2 days, dozens. Are my friends? Am I? Those are the conversations that need to be had. And I just think it's worth noting and worth talking about. And it's uncomfortable and it should be uncomfortable. And I hope it's uncomfortable. Because why do we train? Right? Why do we train? Hey, Mr. Soares, can you mute what's up, Kenny? Can you mute yourself for a second, bud?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was.
No, you're good. Why do we train, right? It's uncomfortable, right? When does change come when we train? Luke Zezima, how'd you get your squat up? Did it feel really good when you were squatting all that weight all that time?
Nah,
were all the sprints and was all the food logs, was that comfortable for you? Was me breathing down your neck and yelling at you and pushing you? Was that comfortable for you? No, it wasn't. But what happened? You ran what, 6'8" when you came to me and saying you just want to break 7 and this and that, and you went towards your goal and we made that change. Right? What's going to happen in this country when people start finally being uncomfortable with conversations and challenging their boss's point of views without fearing that they're going to lose their job? Right? When is a coach like me going to step up to my gym and not fear people leaving and saying, you know what, guys, I don't want to renew my membership. I'm just going to go cold and I lose money. I don't fear that. I don't fear that for a second. That's why we're going to have this conversation, right? I don't fear that. And like, quite frankly, I said to my wife and other people who were like, well, you're going to get some flack on that. I said they should have been clients in the first place because maybe it would have saved me some heartache and me crying, right? And fearing for the fact that I might get jumped when I leave the facility because I got kids texting me racist text messages. Maybe it will save that. So they shouldn't have been clients in the first place, right? Maybe it'll save that. So again, I felt it pressed on my heart to get a little uncomfortable, and I wanted to talk to everybody so we're all on the same page going forward. And I really, people have asked me, how can we help? How can we help? Helping is just by this, just listening and having conversations in the home with your sons and your daughters and your wife and your husband behind closed doors, and then your 5 closest friends. I challenge, the guy who's painting my facility, good close friend. I'm going to ask him and say, have you talked to your 5 closest buddies? Right? Dad, did you go down the street of when you had that barbecue? Did you go talk to your buddy and see what his perspective was on what's going on? Past the rioting and looting, did you guys have a conversation of like his perspective? Like truly what he thinks and how he feels and what he sees day to day? Then that conversation needs to be had. Hey, mom, did you go talk to your 5 closest girlfriends when you guys are getting coffee or doing whatever or catching up on the phone? Did you guys share that? Did you guys talk about that? The misogynistic culture as well. If not, then we're part of the problem. These conversations need to be had. Get uncomfortable, dig under the surface, don't fear that type of thing. Don't be scared from it. If you don't know the questions to ask or what to talk about, me and my wife are providing things every single day this week of dialogue and things that can be asked and resources and not just like the history or in that, but just good old plain raw conversation, just challenging points of views and challenging certain ideologies and predispositions people have. You know what I mean? I told the guy I talked to today, I was like, I'm in my minority for the fact that I had access to a private school, that I could go to Choate Rosemary Hall. I'm minority as a minority for doing that, for the fact that I can't look in Hartford or New Britain or New London or New Haven in the inner city and see all those kids who won't have access to private school. I'm in the minority for my minority, and I feel bad for that. Be able to go to Amherst College, one of the most prestigious schools in the entire nation. And as a black kid who, mind you, I got on the team. I'm 1 out of 6 black kids on a 70-kid roster. And there's 1 black coach, right? And not a single black professor that I've ever experienced in Amherst College. They were all white, might I add. right? Like, I'm in the minority of that minority. Like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Who am I speaking for? What's my voice? So these conversations need to be had. And I just really, really, really felt on my heart, like before even the gym is open, that I wanted to make sure this conversation was had, that you guys knew what my point of view was, that you guys could, man, you kids, man, you 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kids, the stuff that you guys are going to hear and see in your school, in your locker room, it's going to scare you. Like, I'm telling you right now, Grace Trotta, the stuff that you're going to see even when you play women's basketball, and you're going to hear when you go to college, there's going to be some things that I hope my daughter never has to see or hear, right? Caden, when you go to school, man, there's going to be some people who aren't going to like you because of what you look like, period. Luke Zezima, you're going to have friends who are going to say some really iffy things that you're going to be really pissed off about. It's going to happen. But what are we going to do about it? Are we going to have those conversations? Are we going to tell the appropriate people, and are things going to happen? Right. Steve McLaughlin, like, what's your boss's point of view? What are your coworkers' point of view? Are you comfortable having conversations around your coworkers without fear of somebody snitching and tattling on you and you getting fired for it? Like, Mrs. Weston, are you okay with having a conversation when you're seeing what your boss's point of view is on the current situation? Can you have that comfortable conversation, or is it not allowed because that's not allowed in the workplace because we fear what someone might think or say or feel because I said something some certain type of way and I wasn't inclusive enough and gender inclusive enough and race inclusive enough and all this, and I have to be very, 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 very particular about my words. Like that, that's the problem. We can't even have a heart-to-heart conversation about it without it being a problem to somebody. And there's bigger issues at hand where it finally comes to someone like George Floyd getting murdered, that something is done about it, when that police officer had 21 write-ups. So what happened in all the other 20 instances that no one wrote him up? What happened? What happened? You know what I mean? What happened when Ahmaud Arbery got shot and killed and it was covered up for 3 months before anything actually came about it? And that was covered up. Who covered it up and why did they cover it up? Well, it was factual. Oh, it was evidence-based. Oh, we weren't totally sure. You know what I mean? So again, I could be on here. Kids, Aiden, Coach Gaden, I could talk for 2.5 hours straight. And I just really want to open the dialogue. You want to say anything?
I think you said it all. I think the biggest takeaway would just be, give this space for people to talk about their experiences. This isn't a time to repay evil with evil. I know it can be so easy to do that because of all of the things happening and everything that we're seeing on the day-to-day, all the violence that we're seeing. It's easy to want to, like, he just had a call with a man, and a black man drove by this white man that was walking in a neighborhood, and the black man kind of revved his engine kind of to taunt the white guy, and try to understand that there's a lot of anger in the hearts of the Black people in our community. And although it can be like, well, what did I do? I didn't do anything. It's not about that. It's just about allowing that space for our people to express themselves. And honestly, you don't even have to understand. You don't have to understand. All you have to do is be human. Offer an ear. Just your ear. No advice, no opinion, just your ear. And I think that's the best thing you can do. And at the end of the day, I think just be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's the new challenge of 2020. I mean, we've been throwing all these curveballs so far. So what do we have to lose, right?
Absolutely. So yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest, and I just wanted to talk to you guys. And I just said, I just challenge you guys to be uncomfortable and open up the dialogue and conversation. It's like, I've been numb to it for a while now, and it isn't until now that I've started to kind of have some feelings towards it. And I'll be flat out honest. I cried last night for about 20 minutes because I feared for my dad's life that he goes on a morning run every day. Like, and I just told my wife, I don't want anything to happen to him. Like, that's a real fear I have, and I have had. And it just, as I look around the room, it's just like, if you guys don't understand, it's like, look at Spencer. It's like, Spencer, and how many of your classes are you the minority? As at none, right, Shelton? How many classes do you have of a Black teacher in your school, Shelton? Probably not many. Harrison, at Choate. How often are you the minority when your class is at Choate?
Not a lot.
How many black teachers do you have in your school system? There's a few, I know.
There's
A few. You know what I mean? How often are you the minority sitting in the dining hall?
good amount.
Caden, Soares, how often are you the minority in your classes at the school you go to?
Almost all the time.
Almost all the time. How many black teachers do you have in your school system?
Maybe like one or two.
One or two. You know what I mean? And that isn't a question about racism, but it opens up the hearts and minds to realize and understand like how people might feel day to day.
That there's different experiences between our white children and our black children. They may be going to the same school, getting the same education, but they're walking away from it with two completely different experiences. Most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, one's good and one's bad.
Yeah, and it's sad. I mean, I can tell you guys, I came from Griswold High School. There was not a single black teacher in that school, and I think I was one of 7 black kids in my class of 177 kids. I was one of 7. You know what I mean? And all that type of stuff. And I just think it's not enough to say, well, I'm not racist. Well, I don't see color. Well, I don't see this, or I'm not misogynistic, or I'm not this or that. Well, that's great. That's awesome. But who are your 10 people around your life that you're challenging or speaking up to or defending or talking about, or what are you doing? How often, Spencer Keith, are you putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation going to a place that you don't feel comfortable in? How often, Lola, are you putting yourself into an uncomfortable situation around people where you're the minority and you're having that experience? We watch Elevation Church on Sundays, and Pastor Stephen Furtick brought up a black pastor to have dialogue with. But Stephen Furtick shared a little bit of his background and the fact that he went to a college and then he sought out an all black choir group. And he decided, as a white kid, I'm going to join this all black choir group, to the point that they changed the name from a black student choir group to a like an all-person choir student group. And he was one white kid on an all-black choir team in college. He put himself in that position. He could sing, absolutely, but he put himself in that position. And then only from that experience in college can he lead Elevation Church, one of the largest, Bible teaching, Bible preaching, churches in the entire world, and have 42,000 people watch him open a dialogue between him and a black pastor. That wouldn't have happened if in college he wouldn't have put himself in that uncomfortable position where he was the minority. He wouldn't have had the idea to bring on a black pastor on his stage to talk to this past Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Our experiences shape us. And if we all aren't collectively putting ourselves in those uncomfortable situations, who knows what position you might need to be in 10 years, that if you don't take that leap, you can't speak out against that in 10 years because you didn't put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. You would have rather said, I don't know, I'd rather go do this with my group of friends. You know what I mean? Or, Max, you decide, I don't want to go to that place because, I don't really feel comfortable there. So I'm not going to do that. And next thing you know, 5 years, you're going to be hit with the situation that you could have a response to, but you're not because of your experience. You know what I'm saying? That's how life happens. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's Dan Lyons can look back 10 years ago and see something that happened and then relate to it today and be like, man, I went through this, and today, man, I'm learning from it. You know what I'm saying? That happens on a day-to-day basis. So I just really challenge you guys. And I know that for you younger kids, it still might not conceptualize fully, but hopefully 5 years from now, you remember this conversation that we had and you'll be like, man, my coach talked about that. Man, my coach said that. I remember being in that group and we talked about that. You know what I mean? We can learn from it.
The most important thing is you all have the power. You all have the power. Whether it's one comment, one gesture, anything, you have the power to contribute to this so badly needed change in our world.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm done on that front. We'll talk about training, but I'm not looking for pity. I'm not asking for anybody to understand. I'm not looking for text message. Oh man, I had no idea. I'm not looking for any of that. Only thing I'm looking for is for you guys as individuals to step up and have conversations in your circle of influence. Because I truly believe that's going to be the start to the change.
And we are here for you. So if you have, questions, the typical, what can I do? It's completely understandable. I mean, we are also like, what can we do? What can we do? So we want to be here for you as much as we expect you guys to be there for us, as far as, this movement and what can we do. So don't be hesitant to, reach out or feel bad about not knowing, because you're human, and like he said, your experiences shape you. So
Absolutely, guys. And like, I have to read it one more time. Please, you kids, you athletes, if your friends, your circle of influence are taking part in things that you don't feel comfortable with, challenge them. Challenge them. Step up. Don't be scared. Because it pains me that a kid I trained in my gym would have the decency to text me, "You cheap effing N-word," and then think he's going to get away scot-free with that. Like, let that settle. Like, let that settle for real. That a kid from Orange, Connecticut who went to Amity, goes to Amity, I should say, whatever, would text something like that to your coach, who you guys all say that you love, and think he's going to get away scot-free. You know what I'm
the
saying?
scary thing is he's going to be 45 one day and hopefully not in a uniform.
And hopefully not in a position of power, because 10 years from now, he'll be a leader in something, right, parents? He'll be 28. He'll be 38. What occupation, what type of employer, what position is he going to be in? And all he got was bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Because he will be, because of, I know the family background. I know who his parents are. I know what kind of opportunities he's going to have. He'll be in some type of position of power. What VP is he going to be a part of? You know what I mean? And then now there's people under his leadership that are going to have to deal with that. You know what I mean? That's where it's like, I'm taking a stand. I'm trying to get him not even going to the school he's going to anymore. I'm trying to get him out of college. And his friend, who's a class of 2021, any recruiter, any school, not out of resentment, but hopefully I can protect some people who look like me at the colleges that they go to, their employers that they go to. Hopefully I can protect some of those kids. So again, I just have to reiterate that. Please, 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 Caleb, Kenny, Caden, Gannon, Berto, Vaughn, Nico, all you guys, man, Bryce, Mikey, I was about to say Corey, Mikey, Spencer, Lola, Chuck, all you guys, Natalie, speak up, speak up, speak up. If you don't know, you don't understand, you're uncomfortable, talk to somebody about it. Make sure something happened. Not hey, this happened. Okay, mom and dad. Oh man, don't, that's tough. And then it ends there. Oh, well, that's kid. It's hard to prove. No, they need to be disciplined. That there aren't 21 write-ups of a police officer and then someone gets killed. So shifting gears on that heavy note, training, the gym. I have a surprise for you guys, but I'm not going to tell you yet until it's finished. So just know that something's coming. You guys are going to be excited. The gym's, I'm going to say too much. So that's that. It's going to be sick. You guys are going to be happy. When you guys come back, when the gym does open, just know it's going to be fire. Okay, first. 2, we're going to start outdoor training this week. I'm going to start outdoor training this week. I'm thinking Wednesday at 4 in high school, we're going to start doing outdoor training. We're going to do very small groups. I'm going to take half the group. Coach Aiden's going to take the other half of the group. We're going to split on other sides of the field. Kids, you're going to be socially distanced. We're not going to be using equipment, but we're just going to get out because I need to be around you guys again. And I know that a lot of you guys have expressed to me that we need to be just in person again. Okay, just for the sake of our mental. So I'm thinking Wednesday, 4 in high school, 3:30 to 4:30 or 4:30 to 5:30. Say if 6 kids shows up, then it's going to be 3 and 3, and then we're going to switch. Or if it's 10 kids shows up or 12 kids show up, don't worry. We're going to split them up. I'm going to take half. Coach Aiden's going to take half. We're going to do speed and strength and then flip-flop. That way we can get 30-minute speed, 30-minute strength in a smaller group and then switch. So that's my plan going forward. If you are uncomfortable with that, don't worry. We're still going to be posting online training. If you don't feel comfortable, if you feel, I don't know, I get it. We get it. Okay. We're still going to do online training. I have to see what we're going to do for Zoom calls, because if we're doing outdoor training, I'm not sure what we're going to be able to do, but we'll do outdoor training starting then. All right. We'll still do the online training as well, but we'll have the outdoor training. I'm hoping that in 2 weeks time, or maybe next week, the gym is opened. I think next week, if everything goes well, I'm going to I have to see. I don't want to get myself in trouble, but I want to open up like ASAP. So we'll see how that happens. I want to say next week or the week after, socially distanced, hand sanitized, or deep clean the gym. Like Coach Aiden and Coach Aiden was doing some work last week cleaning some stuff. Oh man, it needed to be cleaned in some areas. But anyway, we're doing our best, and we will get the gym reopened as soon as possible. And there will be lots of opportunities. I think me and my wife are trying to schedule like a hike. We want to do a hike with everybody, somewhere socially distanced and all that, of course. But we want to just get out and just do things together because I know you guys, I'm tired of being cooped up in the house, and I need to get out, and I need to yell, and I need to be mad at Harrison for not doing a rep correctly. And I need to, get on Chris Carlson because he won't straighten out his back. And I need to get on Lola because she won't pick up her knees.
Yeah, he's
and,
taking it all out on me. So
and
help
I
me,
need to, get on Crawl because he won't pump his arms correctly. And I need it. And I miss you guys. And I'm here for you guys. And I know you guys are here for us. So, that's it. That's everything that I wanted to share. That's everything I think you wanted to share. And if anybody has anything to say or comment on or ask a question, we'll take a few moments now that you guys can do that, and then we'll all go have some dinner and chill for the night.
I have a question.
Yo.
If we do the lifting program, could we just get split up with you and then leave early?
We'll figure that out, Gannon. You'll do all three.
Coach, as a parent, I just want to thank you for your honesty, your transparency. I want to say I'm sorry for what happened with you. I understand that feeling, that hurt. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you as a role model to these kids.
Yes.
And I hope that it helped everyone on this call. And, when you talk about what can we do, I just want to share, some things just simple, just right and wrong, the things you learn, it, you feel it. Do what's right. Don't do what's wrong. And love, that's what we got to do. And it's a very emotional time. It's hard to talk about. It's hard to express, but this was good. So thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Am I unmuted?
Yep.
I just wanted to share in that she beat me to it. I think you're an incredible model. I admire the pair of you, and I just want to thank you for all of it. Just being a great role model to our children, to our daughter.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Just quick, I just want to mimic what my two new friends, actually one new friend just said, but thank you, Coach, for your bravery and your courageous leadership and being such a phenomenal role model, not only to these young adults on the call, but also to us parents. I mean, we're constantly learning and we're learning together. It takes a village. So thank you for all that you do and your inspiration and motivation. We can't thank you enough. I know you started the call by saying it was week 1, 80 days ago, but we feel it too as adults. And one of the most important takeaways that we tell our kids is kids are watching how us adults respond. And that's really important and powerful right now. So thank you so much for everything that you're doing. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Chris is my guy.
Yeah. Coach,
yep.
Leaders lead, and that's what you did tonight. And I don't walk in your shoes, but I feel for you. I'm happy that you're doing this and setting an example. And it's why these kids are who they are today, because of your leadership and what you do on a daily basis. You train them, you go out there and you make sure that these kids do what they got to do, and they work hard, and you can see it. I've been with you, my son's been with you since the beginning of time, and most of these kids I've seen from when they walked into the gym, and I see them today. Big difference, not only in their physique, but in their morale and the way they present themselves when they come out of their cars and go to your gym, and when they come out of your gym, how they look and they feel. And it's a big difference. And what you do, nobody does. And you go above and beyond everything you do. And I have a lot of respect for you, and I've told you that many of times. And whenever you're ready for that barbecue, you let me know. I'm there for you, man. We're going to do this. We're going to do it right, everybody.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Can't wait.
Agreed.
Cool. Well, I thank you guys for being here and taking 30 minutes out of your night to come to spend it with us. Parents, thank you so much for being here. I was really hoping that a lot of parents would be here because I spend a lot of time with your guys' children, and I really like being in front of you guys too. Just I'm family. We break down on family every single day, and this is a family to me. It's been the foundation of why I built a gym. You know, not even just out of, oh, I want to train and I want to run a gym and I want to hoorah. And it's like I want to be around a family of people who can work collectively to row the boat in the same direction, because I honestly do care about each and every one of you guys. So I'll try to go above and beyond for every single one of you guys to the best of my ability, the best I possibly think I can do. And I'm really proud and I'm really excited and really encouraged by you guys, and it keeps me going. And I just want you guys to know it's not going to stop either. Like when Corona hit and we closed the doors, we had online training up and running, I think the next day. Like I'm never going to let you guys slip or fall without me being there to pick you back up and brush you off. So just know that this extends far beyond, you know, just the gym. And when you guys have me now for the next 2 years, next 3 years and beyond, I mean, I hope when I'm 40 or 50 years old, you guys can come back and we have conversations of all the amazing things you guys are doing. I can't wait for that. I mean, I can. I'm not trying to get old, but I can't wait for that.
It's
you know
not
what I'm
old.
saying? Yeah, as young, we just getting started. We just getting started then. But I can't wait for that. So thank you guys so much for being here. And if you guys call, text, and I told like Lily, Lily and Lola and Grace Trotta, who else? Pia and Natalie, like. There's Dylan, there's things, Caitlin, I'm looking at you guys, Grace has, there's things that you guys might experience too. There's conversations that you might need to have or want to have in terms of school and college scene that you might not be able to have with me. Absolutely. Or, you're not going to ask me. My wife is here for you. My wife is getting her graduate degree in educational psychology, and she's going that route of counseling and learning, and learning and education. And she's learning all of these amazing things that I listen to, and I'm just like, dang, I don't know how you have these conversations with these kids, but she empathizes. Her gift is empathy. Mm-hmm. As you guys might know, I'm not the biggest empathizer. Gannon, when you're upset, I'm just like, listen, man, brush it off, keep rolling. You know what I mean? Like, we joke about it. I feel for you, bro. But that's my wife. She's the empathizer. So if you, ladies, Lily, especially for you going into college next year, if there's conversation that you need to have that you know what I mean, questions you want to ask, situations and experiences that you're not sure of. I know you have a sister and things like that, but just if you, my wife is here for you guys too. I need to extend that.
And I do just want to add that a lot of people are surprised when they hear that I had the worst school experience in middle and high school. I was bullied beyond measures, trauma that I still have with me today. So I don't want you to think that I was the popular kid in school and I had it all together. No, it was nothing like that for me. So I think that built a lot of my empathy towards what I know and understand what you're facing. So please use me.
Absolutely, guys. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Go eat some good grub or go hang out, go chill. And we'll be training tomorrow. And then keep looking out for communication on outdoor training at Foreign High School starting Wednesday and what we're going to do for that.
Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Breaking our family.
Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely. Thank you, Keith.
Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely, Bryce. Thank you, guys. Barry, how we doing? Nice to see you, man.
All right. Thanks, Derek. Take it easy, man.
Hey, thank you so much, Ken. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Great. Later, Gannon. What's up, bud?
Hey, bro. I just wanted to say thank you again. You too. Seriously.
Absolutely.
What you guys are doing. Not everyone's doing that, and I appreciate it. And it's inspiration to me. You know what I mean? So I'm here with you, and I'm riding with you guys. You know that.
Absolutely, bro. We just got to keep, yeah.
They got him with me, too.
What's up?
brother?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I watched what you guys shared on Instagram, so we're right behind you.
Absolutely.
Everyone's doing our part here. Yeah, we're leading those conversations that not everybody knows and can see.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, man.
All right, bro. We just want to say we love you. We do.
Love you too, brothers. Love you too. Keep praying and let's keep moving in the right direction.
Seriously. And on these outdoor trainings, like I want to be around. I want to be there.
I'll let you know. I have to like solidify it. But I'm thinking Wednesday we're gonna start, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right.
Let me know. Keep me in the loop. All right.
Absolutely.
Let me know if you guys need anything. Like seriously.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't have a job, so I'm around. So.
Don't joke like that. Too soon.
Too soon.
I know. But I gotta make someone laugh. You know.
Absolutely.
But, no, I appreciate you
Bye.
guys. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks for everything.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we're so grateful to have you, and you've given Natalie a lot of confidence, and she really strives to push herself. So we appreciate that. We appreciate you and everything. And if you do need anything, let us know. You know, like you said, we're a family. So
Yeah.
right now, you want to say thank you?
Thank you.
Of course, Natalie. Thank you. And like you said, you know, it's amazing. You know, it's sad that, you know, we have to have conversations like this, but there's so many kids we have in this facility that are just amazing human beings, and just be able to see their transformation from day one till now, you know, and Natalie coming in kind of timid, kind of shy, and, you know, but she always had that big, bright smile. And it was like, I mean, Natalie, and even till this day, I'd be like, no one works harder than Natalie. I'll bring her up. I'm like, you guys think you work hard? This little girl, when she was here in the winter of 2018, when it was just me, her, and 2 other kids, and she's over there doing Bulgarian squats with 20 pounds. And I'm like, I don't know if you're supposed to be that strong, but seeing her transformation and who she is, and it gives me energy, and it gives me life, and it gives me hope. And that's why I became a coach, to be able to see stuff like that. So, you know, I just thank you guys for always being here and being a part and trusting me, you know, because I always think about it too. I'm like, you know, some of these people, you know, they drop their kid off and they're gone and they come back. Like, that takes a lot of trust. That takes a lot of, like, me as a father, like, I'd be like, you know, scoping it out. But the fact that you guys trust me, and you know that I'm going to take care of her, and you know that I'm going to protect, and you know I'm going to provide good service, and you guys don't have to worry, you know, it speaks a lot of volumes to us and what we've been able to build. And I don't want that ever to stop, and never have to have experience like I've had experience in knowing the content of character people who come through my doors. So, you know, you guys are raising a very bright and respectful and honest young lady, and I commend. And I was talking to my wife, I'm like, when we have kids, we're gonna have to sit down with some of these parents, because I want to know how they're raising their kids. I want my kid to be that respectful and that honest.
Well, tomorrow she's being inducted into the National Junior Honor Society.
Wow, congratulations. Congratulations.
So, thank you again.
Yeah,
Take
thanks,
it easy.
guys.
Thank
we'll
you.
see you soon.
Yeah.
Be safe. Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Derek.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.